Okay, looks like we're at about 147. We've got to bring it up to 150, 152. I did a Beta-Glucan rest at about, I tried for 113, it wound up being 118, no big deal. It's still within the range of the Beta-Glucan rest. I wanted to break down the gums of the wheat and the oats. This is a Belgian wit, and like I said, we're about at 147 right now. And I'm recirculating, and I've got heat, direct heat on the bottom. It should be at about 150, 152 in about 10 minutes or so. I'm going to eat me a Sammy, and then I'll start my sacchrification rest. So, okay, I hit temperature a lot quicker than I thought I was going to. I'm already at about 150 right now. It's just ticking over to 150. I didn't even have a chance to take 2 bites of my sandwich, so looks like in another minute or two I'm going to cut the flame, stir it real good, put the lid on, and let it sit for an hour. Still getting good recirculation. Okay, we are right at about 152. Oop, there we go. Right at about 152. And I just cut the flame, turn the pump off, drain my little sparge ring, and now I'm going to stir it up and let it sit for an hour. Okay, it's been about a half an hour, and we're still at about 151. Got the lid on it. Got about 25 more minutes left, and what I've been doing, I took the dog for a walk, and I'm going to assemble my aeration system. There it is, taken apart. There's my oxygen tank, and I've got my hose soaking in SaniClean. This is a new product that I've started using, SaniClean. You can recirculate with it without getting a whole lot of foam, whereas the 5-star Star San will foam up pretty good. So the only drawback is you need twice as much, and you have to pretty much let it sit in contact for about twice as much as well. So anyways, I'm going to assemble my oxygenation system, it's got a little thermometer there, and I'll pick it back up after it's put together. Okay, there is the aeration stone. You can see the oxygen comes in here, we got the beer will pass through, and then you got a temperature gauge goes into about there. So it's a pretty ingenious little thing. Of course, I didn't come up with it. I got this from Beer and More Beer. So anyways, that's the inline oxygenation system. Oxygen tank, and I'm just about ready to pull the, yeah, it's sanitized, so I'll just take the hose out, hang it up, let it dry, and then when I'm ready to use it, it's ready to go. Okay, we're at about 155. As soon as we get up to about 160, then I'll start sparging. It's running a lot clearer right now. Okay, we're getting pretty far into the mash out, the knockout, or not knockout, but you know what I mean. Anyways, here's the, if I can get a good view of that. Of course, looks like I steamed up the, there we go, steamed up the lens there. We're approaching 10 gallons. We'll go to about 12. Usually boil down to about 10 and a half, and then get about a 10-gallon batch through all the other loss. Let's see. Well, the temperature is only at about 160, but it's definitely, the water in the hot liquor tank's a lot hotter than that. It's already lower than the thermometer. See what kind of color we're getting. Okay, it's about 5:15. I just got, well, it's probably more like 5:20. Just brought it to a boil, added 2 ounces of Hallertau plugs. That was the only thing that was available at the local homebrew shop. And so we're boiling away. And I like to put I got a little fan over there that I like to, you can see where you get a nice little blow off there. Helps reduce the volume a little bit. So now it's time to do the zest my oranges, and I'll get a little clip of that. Okay, I just got done rinsing the oranges, and I'm going to zest them. This is called lemon zester, but it'll work for any kind of citrus fruit. And the basic idea is these little holes here are like little knives, and you drag it across the peel, and you can kind of see, you take it down to where you're just about getting to see the white, and you don't want to scrape up the white part. You just want to get the outside zest, because the white's just bitter. So that's pretty much it. I got, let's see, I think I have about 8 oranges I'm going to do this to. And we'll check back in when I'm all finished. Okay, so after about 15 minutes worth of work, here's the orange peel, or the zest, citrus zest. And I will be adding that near the end of the boil. And now all I got to do is take my chamomile and crack it up, and I'll do that right now. Okay, time to crush my coriander. Say not to crush it up too much, but I'm just gonna take a rolling pin. I got it sitting here on a little cutting board, and I'm just gonna kind of put some medium pressure over it. Pull it nice and steady. Not gonna get too crazy with it. See how that goes, and just kind of go back and forth a couple of times. Okay, now I will put it into, got this little parfait cup. I'm going to just, I should probably use a knife. Just scoop it into that cup. A few of them. That one cracked up a little bit. Okay, I have that teared out, and we're at 0.1 ounce, so we're going to need a bunch more. Let me just go ahead and do a bunch more. Pick up these little pieces. 2 ounces. Shooting for 0.4. This should probably do it. There we go, 0.4. Let me get the rest of the stuff in there too. Okay. Okay, I got 1 minute to go before my 5-minute hop addition and citrus zest, chamomile, and coriander. That's 0.4 ounces of coriander, 0.3 ounces of chamomile, and about eight oranges worth. So I'm not really counting that. But I'd also thought about adding some bitter orange peel. I don't know if I'm going to. I think I probably have enough right there. I don't want to bitter it out too much. So 25 seconds to go. I'm gonna have to turn the camera off and do my where's my, oh, there it is. I got some Saaz, 1 ounce of Saaz that I'm gonna add in the last 5 minutes. Alright, talk to you later. Okay, I'm at flame out, and let's see if we can't get a good look at what's going on in the kettle. We still see it moving around a little bit. That's kind of cool looking, actually. All the hop leaves and little orange peels, and it's kind of a pretty clear wort. I haven't done a reading yet to check the gravity, so I'll do that real quick. So the next thing is I'm going to cool down for a couple minutes and then I like to do a sanitation loop. What I'll do is come out the brew kettle, go into the pump, through the therminator, out the therminator, and I'll hook up the, where did I put it? I'll hook up the oxygenation stone, and then go back into the kettle. And I'll do that, run that without cooling or chilling for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'll start chilling. The reason I do that, a couple reasons. One is it'll build a I've got a false bottom inside the kettle, and it'll create a little cake there and create its own little filter bed. That way, a little bit less crud inside the therminator after I'm done. Although you can't really avoid it. This time I'm using whole leaf hops, so with only 1 ounce of regular hops. So we'll see what kind of a hop cake that I get at the bottom of the brew kettle. And so we'll check back in a few minutes. Okay, I have my sanitation loop all set up. You can see I'm coming out of the kettle, into the pump, out the pump, into the therminator, out of the therminator, into the oxygenation, inline oxygenation system, coming out, and back into the kettle. I haven't turned it on yet. One thing that I've found, got that hammer sitting there because I just needed to prop it up just a little bit so that sometimes the wort likes to seep back up into the through the oxygenation stone as I'm doing the sanitation loop. I'm just kind of keeping the gravity or using gravity to my advantage on that one. So anyways, I'll open the brew kettle valve. And looks like we're flowing. See it coming up the. See where it stopped. And pretty much I can turn the pump on any time now. I need 2 hands to do that, so I'll go ahead and shut off now. Okay, I got my sanitation loop going. I'm at what? Looks like 188. Let's get a close up on that 188. And that's you can see now that let's try to do this and reduce as much glare as possible. And get a good shot of it. There we go. There's a little clamp to hold my hose into place so it doesn't fall down. So I'll just let that go for about 10 minutes or so. So that I know, all the hose is basically clean and sanitized on the inside, but that just ensures that that everything's going to be clean and sanitary when it comes time to chill it down. So we'll let that go for about 10 minutes or so, and then I'll start chilling it. Alrighty. Okay, while I was emptying the mash tun and rinsing it out, the sanitation loop dropped down to looks like 167, and all by itself without chilling. So in the meantime, I hooked up my hoses to the therminator so I can I'll start chilling right now. Okay, what do we got? We got about 166. And flip the cold water on. And we'll watch this puppy drop. Ah, crap. Okay, that was annoying. What just happened there was I went to turn the water on, and my new fittings leaked on me. The story is I had these nice, Gilmore is the name of the company. They have these nice brass quick disconnect fittings. You can see that there's an O-ring on the male end, and I also have female ends, and it's a really good seal. Worked really great, and I had just about all my garden hose fittings set up with those. Well, over the years, they get lost or damaged or whatever. And so when I went to the hardware stores to buy new ones, Gilmore doesn't make the brass ones anymore. They just make these plastic ones. They're the same size, and they got the same fittings. In fact, you can see here that I put one, let me back up a little bit. I put one on my slop sink because when you have a brass male end, the brass male end is just a hair smaller than the plastic one. I guess that's to compensate for, over time it wears down a little bit. But so anyways, if you have a brass male end and you put a plastic female end over the top of it, it doesn't fit very snug and it leaks. So I guess I'm going to eventually be forced to dispose of all of my brass. Luckily a brass female works good over a plastic male. So we will try this again. Knocked it down another 5 degrees through all that melee. So we're down to 160 right now. I'll turn on the cold water. And I'm hearing it go through, but I'm not seeing any leaks. Good. So let's watch that thermometer just drop like a rock. Okay, we're at, what, about 80? I haven't measured the temperature of the tap water, but I imagine it's in the low 70s, maybe upper 60s. It's winter in Georgia, so, but it's been, the weather's been real warm. Here's my lovely wife. Say hi to the people.
In my sweatshirt and sweatpants.
Okay.
Who am I saying hi to?
Everybody out there in internet land.
Hi, everybody in internet land. Mwah. Mwah.
Okay, it's time for dinner. I'm going to let this sit for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll knock out into my. I'm going to do buckets this time because this is a Belgian wit, and I don't know how cold it's going to get in the garage, and I don't have a heating gizmo to hook up to my temperature controller, so I'll just use the refrigerator in the house, my spare, my original fermenting fridge. So let's take a look at the beer. See if it's going good. Still hot to the touch. Okay, time for dinner. Okay, I went to dinner about 15 minutes and we're down to 60 degrees, which is a little bit too cold. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the buckets and do some aeration. And I probably won't get it on film, but all I'm going to do is just turn the oxygen on as I'm filling the buckets. Okie-doke, here we go. Okay, well, we're all done with the knockout. And wouldn't you know it, I forgot to sanitize a couple of airlocks. No big deal. You can see here on this other bucket, I have a dip tube going down in there. I drilled a hole, put a stopper over it, and that's one of my dip tubes that I use. That a friend of mine a couple years ago, he welded up the ends of the dip tubes, and they're old corny dip tubes. Anyways, I use these for thermal wells, and this one works really great for my whenever I do a fermenting bucket. And then the other one I have in the other video, you see that that I use it for the stainless conical. So I will sanitize a couple of airlocks. I think I'm a little chilly. I have a thermometer strip on my hydrometer flask. Let me see if I can get a. Yeah, it's reading about 58, 59 degrees. So anyway, and gravity. Let's see. Yeah, come on, focus. Come on. I think there's a, for a point and shoot camera it's pretty good, but sometimes when you try to focus in on little things like that. So anyways, we're right at about 60. Let me get it. Yeah, I'd say just about right at about 60. I was shooting for 50. What was I shooting for? 55. Well, I was a little more efficient than I thought I was. And got almost exactly 10 gallons. I'm a little bit short in one bucket and a little bit over in the other, so you know that's no big deal. But I already put the yeast in, and oh, I probably ought to turn the air off. There we go. Don't want to waste my oxygen. So anyways, that's Brewing with Bob. Now I just got to clean up. Until next time, good night and good luck. That was stupid. Okay, here we have the hop pie. Let's see if I can get a nice close up and you can actually kind of see. Come on. Focus. kind of see some of the orange peel intermingled with the hop leaves. Let's get a low angle shot of it. There's still a lot left in the kettle. So anyways, that's only 2 ounces of plug and 1 ounce of pellet. That's a lot of plant matter. Anyway, I'm gonna go dump it out. Okay, this is part of the cleanup. I ran out of PBW, so this is the first time I've ever used OxyClean, and I got OxyClean free, so hopefully it's free of perfume dyes and chlorine. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. So anyways, I'm recirculating the pump through I got some hot water, and I've got the other end of it on my Therminator. I've already rinsed hot water through it a couple different directions in the sink to get most of the stuff out. So it looks like it's running pretty clear. I'll switch directions on it in a minute, and after a couple minutes everything will be nice and clean, and I'll just rinse it all out, put it away. Until next time.